So before we begin the race review, I would like just to say that it's official now that Ryan Newman is okay. He is in serious condition, but um, no life-threatening injuries whatsoever. So as the week progresses and as we go on from tonight and all the way through the week, all the way to Vegas, we'll probably get some more updates on Newman and what's gonna happen, obviously to him and stuff. So yeah, this was not the way I wanted to make my race review. Of course, if you're wondering where I'm looking down here, it's kind of the notes I have. So for the race and stuff. So I may look down because I got a lot of things to say about this race. But anyways, that is the current condition I'm riding in right now. The only thing I like to say is that I hope he gets better, and that I hope that he can return to the racetrack as soon as possible. But we don't know what could happen. But that is obviously, of course, what we all want to happen. But anyways, so the 2020 Daytona 500 has come and gone. And to say the least, this race was probably one of the ugliest Daytona 500s probably ever. And the reason why I say that is obviously just because really with this race, it just kind of just shows to you just really, I mean, it just shows a lot of issues I just have with the current NASCAR nowadays. Really in terms of really, I don't know, really just the drivers and really just sort of the way the ending, really with the way the race ended, unfortunately. But anyways, this race was really was looking good. We had the president show up to the 500 to give the command, and it was just looking great, stuff. So the race began on Sunday, which then it halted due to weather, and that, of course, halted everything. And so we had to go to a Monday race. Yeah, Mother Nature does not like racing, unfortunately. But anyways, going to the race on Sunday, stages 1 and 2, I can pretty much describe as the only highlight is that um, William Byron got wrecked out by Ricky Stenhouse Jr. And of course, Ricky Stenhouse got a lot of crap, obviously, on Twitter and stuff about that. But unfortunately for William Byron, getting wrecked out of the Daytona 500. And also, Chase Elliott won the stage. Those are that's a playoff point for him. And then going to stage 2, I'm trying to remember, but I'm trying to see here, but I'm pretty sure that there was a wreck caught up with BJ McLeod. Yeah, BJ McLeod and Quinn Hoff both wrecked out. And then Denny Hamlin won stage number 2. And then stage number 3 was really getting interesting. We had a lot of racing going on. The Toyotas, which were saving their stuff for the third and final stage. They were now up to the front. Almost all of them were, except maybe Truex probably had a lot of issues. Yeah, Truex had he kicked a gas can during the race and stuff, and stuff. So that was like during one of the pit stops and stuff. But going back to the race, you had the Fords up there as well. Keselowski, Logano, Blaney were up there. Almirola was up there as well, and stuff. So, yeah, that's how it all played out. And then when the pit cycles came through, not much, or really not much incidents happened, and mostly people got their pit stops cleaned out. No cautions came out, but there was an instance with Ricky Stenhouse Jr. He ran into the back of Eric Jones, and Eric Jones's bumper was damaged, and Ricky Stenhouse's hood bent up, and it looked like it exploded for some reason. That's what I said when the wreck happened. So now going further into the race, the big one happens. And, of course, the big one always happens at the end of these races. But before that actually did happen, Kyle Busch, who was leading around this point, he makes a little contact with the 22. Looks like he cut a tire, but no, it turns out that Kyle Busch blew a combustion, something like that, or his engine blew, and stuff. I need to get further words. And while that was happening, while Fox was paying attention to that, they missed the big one. And I will mention this at the end of the review, the broadcast. But anyways, getting back to the race itself, the big one happens. You know, Joey Logano caused it once again. No skill whatsoever by Logano, taking out his teammate Brad Keselowski and Eric Almirola, and that was all on Logano. A lot of drivers got involved, like Truex. A lot of drivers were really caught up in that, you know. And I got like a whole list of drivers here that were caught up. Like Jimmy Johnson was involved in that one. Kurt Busch, Martin Truex Jr., you know, all those guys got involved. And then go into the next restart. There was then a crash with Timmy Hill and Reed Sorensen, which then mixed up the field a little bit, you know, and stuff. And all, you know, and stuff. But on to the next restart. Ross Chastain was trying to make a daring move on the inside of Ryan Preece, who is now in the 37, which actually I kind of got that mixed up, you know, and stuff. Kind of weird how he's in the 37, you know, and all this stuff. So, yeah. But anyways, so makes a daring move and then causes the second big one. In this instance, he takes out Joey Logano. Give credit to Ross Chastain right there, taking out Logano, which, of course, when Logano gets wrecked out of a race, it's always a good day. So, yeah. Other drivers were, like, involved, like I said, Ryan Preece, Christopher Bell, you know, Ross Chastain, once again, you know, Joey Logano. A lot of drivers were caught up in that incident. And then we went off to NASCAR overtime. We had 2 overtimes, I think. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there were 2 overtimes. The first overtime was we had, which then resulted in Clint Bowyer spinning the tires. I don't know what happened in that incident. And then getting Ross Chastain caught up in it as well. So that ended both of those racers' chances to win the 500. And Jeff Gordon didn't get to wear the Kansas City Chiefs jersey that he would wear if Bowyer were to win it. But getting to the final, green, white, checkered, the white flag comes out. Chase Elliott wrecks going into turn 1. No caution there. On the backstretch, Ryan Blaney helping out Ryan Newman to win the Daytona 500, and it looks like this was going to be deja vu. Talladega 2019 all over again, the fall race. But then coming down to the stripe, Ryan Blaney hooks Ryan Newman into the wall. Ryan Newman hits the wall hard. He then flips over, and then he then gets hit on the roof by Corey LaJoie. And then as that's all happening, Denny Hamlin wins his third Daytona 500. So, yeah, that's pretty much how the race played out. And, yeah, and going back to the whole discussion once again, this was a pretty ugly, the most ugliest NASCAR race I think I've probably ever seen. Not only that, we had, obviously, a scary-looking crash that looked like could have been catastrophic to Ryan Newman, you know, stuff, which thankfully he is alive once again, you know, but it looked just bad. Left a bad taste on everyone's mouth, you know, and stuff. Denny Hamlin got booed by the crowd, and I can't blame him because of that, because, I mean, he won the Daytona 500, so you didn't know that Newman was in critical condition at the time. And also his team members, too, also got booed as well. Everyone kind of got booed there, you know, and stuff. And pretty much at this point, really no one won the race. And there was really no celebration, you know, and stuff like that. So, yeah, that's kind of just what happened. But I will say this about Denny Hamlin's Daytona 500 win. He did everything he did to win the race. He was there at the end. He did what he needed to do. And he obviously won the Daytona 500 for the 3rd time. And he's won an elite group of drivers who have won the Daytona 500 3 times. If Denny Hamlin's not about for the Hall of Fame, then I don't know what. But anyways, as I'm just going to adjust my Bowman hat here, we're going to look here at the race results here real quick. Denny Hamlin won the race. Ryan Blaney in 2nd. And I'll give credit, and this is a pretty interesting top 10. I don't know if you'll notice this. Chris Buescher in 3rd. David Reagan in 4th. David Reagan in his final attempt at the Daytona 500. I don't know if this is his final attempt, or who knows. Maybe he'll show up next year. Finishes 4th. Congrats to just that team. Kevin Harvick in 5th. Bowyer in 6th. Brendan Gaughan in his final Daytona 500 in 7th. Corey LaJoie in 8th. And Newman upside down, finishes ninth, and Kyle Larson in 10th. Two Chevys, one Toyota, and most of the top 10 was consisted by a Ford. But anyways, there you go. That was my review of the 2019 Daytona 500. And, really this race, it kind of just got overshadowed just because of the incident that happened with Newman and stuff. But we now know that he is okay. Critical condition. I hope he does get better and he races once again. Congrats to Denny Hamlin. The ugliest probably Daytona 500 ever. Just the amount of crashes and just that we have the worst drivers in the field in NASCAR right now. That's just what I gotta say. This was just not a good sign for NASCAR. Speed Weeks is over. The season now really starts with Las Vegas. So we're on to Vegas now, and we're on to the West Coast. So anyways, with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. Tell me what you thought of the Daytona 500. I thought it was just an ugly race. There's really no celebration. It was an ugly shit show. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.